Question number 1. Economic development is a prime priority of the East End. Name 3 specific economic development efforts you will make on behalf of the East End. And let's start with you, Roy.
Well, I've already given you a hint of it. We need incentives. We need tax incentives for your companies. We need to reduce your property taxes. There are too many of you that are protesting your property taxes. We need to make sure you're able to keep your businesses here on the east side. We also need to revitalize this area. You know, there's been talk about the soccer stadium. I support that. I think that would be great for this part of the city, because with that you get growth, you get homes, you get restaurants, you get stores, retail markets. That's what we need to do here to revitalize this area. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. Okay, same question, Anise.
I would start by appointing an economic development officer for the city of Houston. We get our clock cleaned regularly by the smaller communities, particularly Sugar Land. I'm not interested in getting in a bidding war with our smaller neighbors, but I absolutely think that we have to be at the table negotiating, and there needs to be someone in the mayor's office who's charged with tracking this and putting this together. I believe in offering economic development incentives to companies wishing to relocate here. They can be tax incentives or credits, or they can be infrastructure build-out incentives. I absolutely think that what we do in terms of our school system is critical to the ability to attract new companies here. And I hope we have a question later on about schools and what we can do to improve them. And I'll just stop there.
Thank you, Anise. Up next, Gene Lott.
There are 4 things I'd like to offer. First, I talked about one in my introduction, and I'm pretty passionate about trying to make Harrisburg a destination point, which means bringing the forces of City Hall together, tourism, economic development, to focus and highlight Harrisburg to make it work here. Secondly, infrastructure in this area. Infrastructure can drive economic development. We've got to have more infrastructure for the area. Unfortunately or fortunately, I am familiar with the condition of the streets in this neighborhood. I'm driving back and forth trying to get my hair cut in Fifth Ward on a regular basis. And I know that there's a major street effort in the area as well as other infrastructure work. Third, I have developed a small business goal of making Houston in the top 5 of all American cities in small business productivity in 5 years. If we can do that, it will immensely help in this area. And finally, education, job training in particular. I've got a host of job training programs I want to put together with my friends in the unions in the Houston Community College to create a job training force that works.
Thank you, Gene. And lastly, on question number 1, Peter Brown.
Well, I have some very specific suggestions that I think will improve the quality of life and the economy in the East End. The first is I'm familiar with and I support heartily the East End Management District Vision Plan. That's a really good start, but it needs to be more specific. Secondly, I think we need, as part of a more advanced planning and urban design effort, with incentives, we need to encourage high-quality, pedestrian-friendly mixed use, including a lot of retail, transit-oriented development along the Harrisburg line. This is absolutely essential, and as far as I'm concerned, it's not over till it's under. You all know what I mean. Thirdly, I believe that the East End is a prime candidate to be one of our next tax increment reinvestment zones. Look, we can talk all we want about wish we had this, wish we had that, but if you don't have the tools, the economic tools to make it happen, my friends, we're just going to make up the city as we go along. We need a blueprint for the future of the East End, and I'm ready to sit down with my pencil and make that blueprint happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.